Thoroughbred Action is presented by Hardacre Farm.
Off and running on Saturday's edition of Thoroughbred Action here from Gulfstream Park. Jason Blewett joining you right outside the walking ring. It is so good to have you with us. We've got a lot of ground to cover tonight. In fact, how does a 12-pack sound? Dozen races on this Saturday, April 21st. So let's send it up to Pete Aiello, the track announcer, for more on the action.
Chamber of Commerce weather conditions for horse racing in South Florida on a Saturday afternoon as we have temperatures in the mid-80s, partly cloudy skies, the sun is out, the main track is fast, the turf course is firm. First of the day over the turf at a mile and a 16th. Claimers in for a price tag of $12,500. Scratch the 8 Boyfriend Brian, a field of 9. The off-time favorite was number 1, Raise the Bar.
Racing at Gulfstream. From the inside, Raise the Bar begins very well with Liquid Aloha moving to challenge, so the two favorites are 1-2 as they head to the wire the first time. From the top shelf, there goes Giant's Voice to move up and challenge. Giant's Voice will actually take the lead. From second is the favorite, Raise the Bar, and from between horses, Liquid Aloha. Followed by Regal Kitten and Perp, who's a bit wide. Saving ground at the rail is Panzer Barcelona. He cuts the corner and races only 2 lengths off the leaders. Then back to Starship Frontier, third last. Second last, Starship Zorro. Martini Kid is last of all as they round the first turn. Santana intent on getting Giant's Voice to the lead, and he has it now. He leads at a length and a quarter. Raise the Bar looks to angle for racing room. Liquid Aloha on the outside is now third. Regal Kitten spotted a bit wide while fourth. Down at the inside, Panzer Barcelona takes fifth, a length and a half better than Starship Frontier. Then comes Perp and Martini Kid, and Starship Zorro is at the back. The opening quarter went in 23-3, and they covered a half mile. In 47-2, there's less than half a mile to go. With the advantage, it's Giant's Voice by a neck. Raise the Bar looms up alongside second. Liquid Aloha stays in range while third. Dropping back a bit now is Regal Kitten, passed by both Starship Frontier and Panzer Barcelona. Starship Zorro tries to rally with Perp, and on the outside, Martini Kid. As they round the far turn, they approach the quarter-mile pole. Batista comes to call with Raise the Bar on the outside. He lets out a notch and takes a narrow lead. Giant's Voice is game, cuts the corner, battles right back. From the back, and Martini Kid with 3/16 to go. They're now at the 8th pole, and the leader is Raise the Bar by a length. Martini Kid on the outside, coming at him and coming on from between horses. Liquid Aloha, Giant's Voice still there. Martini Kid surging at Raise the Bar. Raise the Bar on the far outside. Here comes a run, a winning run from Starship Zorro. Starship Zorro ran them all down at a big number. He's on the board at 70-1.
Hold on to your hats. How about a 70-1 bomber to start the afternoon as number 6, Starship Zorro, goes into the time machine in the first race of the day as he runs his best race in years, getting up for the score under Alvaro Doniz for owner-trainer Angel Quiroz. To the second race now on the start of the early pick 4, 1 mile over the main track. Claimers in for a price tag of $6,250. Scratch the 10 Grand Chief. A field of 9 signed on. The favorites included number 5, Taken to Church, and number 7, Little Matt.
And they're off. From the center, Taken to Church, one of the first to begin. Up on the outside, here's the Money Train. Little Matt is being sent for position, and Proud Enough emerges at the rail. So as they leave the chute and hook up with the main course, it's a 3-way go up front. The Money Train and Nick Juarez now take an outright lead of a length and a quarter. Taken to Church will have to back off to race in second. From the rail, and Proud Enough third. Illustrious Sun is next with Little Matt widest of all. Il Ferroni runs into a pocket for Miguel Vasquez, about 3.5 lengths off the lead. A gap of 4 to Opening Remark, and the 2 at the back are Forever Die and Mass Approval. 24 seconds for the opening quarter speed as they race inside 6 furlongs from home. The advantage to the Money Train. In front, 3 parts of a length. Taken to Church is second. Illustrious Sun on the outside, third. Proud Enough being worked along fourth. Fifth is Il Ferroni. Starts to progress a bit. 3 back to Little Matt, who calls it a day. Then comes Opening Remark, who's down at the rail ahead of Forever Die and Mass Approval. Through a 47-1 opening half mile, the favorite, Taken to Church, is backpedaling. So here's Illustrious Sun to take a shot at the Money Train. From third and running on is Il Ferroni. From the back, an Opening Remark with Forever Die, 5/16 from home. Illustrious Sun on the outside of the Money Train. Il Ferroni is third. 3 back to Opening Remark, fourth. Floating out the 5th running Forever Die, and they're at the top of the stretch. 3 quarters, 112-1 with 3/16 to go. Illustrious Sun comes away with the lead and leads by 2. Il Ferroni is second, back to third in Opening Remark. Illustrious Sun still finding. In fact, Illustrious Sun is strong today. Illustrious Sun kicking it into another gear. Illustrious Sun and Luca Panici, easy winners. They won it by 4 in the end. Il Ferroni was second. Opening Remark was third. Mass Approval runs home for fourth.
Number 3, Illustrious Sun, had trouble sealing the deal inside the final quarter of a mile of his last couple races. He had no such trouble here this afternoon as he moves away powerfully in the concluding stages under Luca Panici for trainer Barry Rose and owner Fred Labo. 2, Il Ferroni had every opportunity to get by but had to settle for second ahead of the 4 Opening Remark, who ran third. Time for a commercial break. When we come back, the Saturday card rolls on. Plenty of action left. Don't go away.
Welcome to my playground. To my playground. To my playground. You wanna play nice, here we go. To my playground.
OBS April, the two-year-old source to the world, with Grade 1 stakes winners, including Mind Your Biscuits, impressive hero of the $2 million Dubai Golden Shaheen, Grade 1 stakes winning millionaire Sharp Ass Tekka, and Grade 1 stakes winning filly La Coronel. Find your next Grade 1 winner at the OBS Spring Sale of 2-year-old, April 24th through 27th. Undertack previews are April 16th through 21st. OBS, we measure success by performance.
Back now for the third race of the afternoon over the turf at about 7.5 furlongs. Claimers in for a price tag of $12,500. A field of 12 signed on. This was a wide open betting race.
And they're off. Moreno Mojo was off a step slow. Tracking Stock wins the break, moving out the rail. That's Menahoon up the challenge for the top in between horses. That's Tide of the Desert also moving up. Far outside, Too Stormy wants to mix it up. Waldy comes away in the top flight. Far outside and Milo Diamond. They really scrimmage for the early lead with Menahoon with the inside edge emerging as the leader. Waldy now flanks the leader while second ahead of Too Stormy, who dropped over from the 11 post to race in third. Tide of the Desert is at the rail fourth, followed by Milo Diamond. Then it's the team of Wanna Be a Player and Tracking Stock. They're mid-flight and 6.5 lengths off the lead. Then down at the inside goes Independent Worker. Parked on his outside is Hyatt's Dude, racing about 7 lengths off the pace. It's a gap of 1.5 lengths back to the rail, and Schweetz, who's on the comeback try, while third last. Second last, Moreno Mojo, omened by is last. They make their way to the far turn run after the opening quarter went. As they swing to the far turn, the leader remains Menahoon, 1.25 lengths from Waldy, second. Too Stormy is third. At the inside, Tide of the Desert follows along fourth, and Milo Diamond. Tracking Stock ridden by Juarez, not getting much of a reply there. Up on the outside, Wanna Be a Player goes into the clear with Independent Worker saving ground toward the fence. From the back, and Sweets tries to run home. Still many chances as Waldy now overhauls Menahoon for the top. It's Waldy off the turn, drifting a bit wide. Too Stormy into the clear, and so is Tracking Stock, who's on a grinded away run. Independent Worker and a Tide of the Desert at the rail. Still many chances here as they converge on the leader. Back for more Tide of the Desert to take the lead. Moreno Mojo has room at the rail. It's Tide of the Desert in front. Tide of the Desert will spring the upset. Moreno Mojo was second. Too Stormies in a photo with Tracking Stock.
If you like long shots, you're having a pretty good day here at Gulfstream Park. The favorite's nowhere to be found in the first 3 races, as number 6, Tide of the Desert, comes up with the score at half of his morning line, but he was still 11-1. Luca Panici rode the son of Biondetti for trainer Michelle Nihe and owner Keith Long. We move now to the 4th race of the afternoon over the turf at 1 mile. Claimers in for a price tag of $25,000. Scratch the 6, 7, 12, 13, and 14. Field of 9 signed on. Favorite was the 4, Dia.
And they're off. From the center, Dia begins nicely. Down at the inside, One Direction Song. Quickly up to take over is Pert, and on her outside, Sophie Germain. So Sophie Germain and Pert land 1-2 from One Direction Song, who's out of there third. Dia is at the inside from fourth. Allowance is on the outside. She's now racing in fifth, about 4 lengths off the lead. Oscar is a bit keen behind those two. Thanks Mom keeps her in. Then at the inside, that's Fast Mama, who's second last, and it's 1.5 lengths to the trailer, Elizabeth's Vow. Around the first turn they go. Top 2 hook up with Pert holding the inside edge and a neck advantage over Sophie Germain, who's keen on the outside second. These two have gone readily 4 or 5 clear of One Direction Song, who gallops along third from Allowances in fourth. Oscura guided 3 wide as she was headstrong early, and she's made up a place now. She's into fourth. Dia's at the rail, 1.5 lengths better than Thanks Mom, with Fast Mama on her inside. The back marker remains Elizabeth's Vow as they go to the final half mile. 23-2 for the opening quarter. quarter speed, and up front, Pert maintains the edge. On the outside, Surfy Germain is there second. Toward the rail in third is One Direction Song. Oscura's drawn closer. She's now into a joint third, only a length and a half off the lead. Trying to run home from the back is Thanks Mom. Dia, no place to go. At the rail and Fast Mama's going to try to thread the needle for Jonathan Gonzalez. Allowances drops back, and Elizabeth Val gets underway from the back as they run to the top of the stretch. As they line up off the turn, the leader is One Direction Song. To the attack is Oscura. Dia out from behind traffic, from between horses, Fast Mama, with an eighth of a mile left to go. One Direction Song. She's kicked away nicely today. One Direction Song by 3. On the inside, Dia's second. Late run from Elizabeth Val, but time has run out to get to Raylu Gutierrez and One Direction Song. They won at 2.5. Dia second, Elizabeth Val third, then Thanks Mom and Fast Mama.
If you thought favorites would have a good day at Gulfstream Park, you're 0 for 4 to start the day as number 2, One Direction Song, springs to yet another upset on the Saturday card under apprentice Raylu Gutierrez, who's been riding very well of late. Dave Casson trained the daughter of Flower Alley for David Alter. Second 4, Dia. Third 3, Elizabeth's Vow. We move now to the 5th race of the afternoon, the Roar Stakes at 7 furlongs over the main track. 3-year-olds set to do battle here. Scratch the 5 and 8. All the money for number 7, Has It.
Racing in the Roar. Has It the favorite way uneventfully with Two Docs Expectation and Acor reaching out for command. Silent Tiger comes away racing in 4th ahead of Millionaire Runner. Transistor is last of the 6 as they have 6 furlongs left to go. It's Acor and Jaramillo with the advantage, a half a length in front. Has It on the outside is second. Two Docs Expectations reined back by Willie Martinez to race in third. Millionaire Runner's on heels while racing 4th. Masonette, a Silent Tiger out in the center of the racetrack trying to progress. Transistor is last behind an opening quarter in 22 and 4. They've moved now to the far turn past the half-mile pole. The leader is Acor by a length over Has It, who's racing in second. Millionaire Runner in the red colors. He's in with a chance as Has It's coming under a ride, and he's not gaining any ground at all on Acor. Meanwhile, Two Docs Expectations given the green light to make some ground. He's third and on the attack. Silent Tiger tries to play catch-up. Transistors played no role with a quarter of a mile left to go. Acor comes off the turn with the lead. On the outside, Two Docs Expectations continues to run at him second. Back to third and Has It. Inside a final quarter of a mile away, top 2 kick on. Two Docs Expectations and Willie Martinez onto the front now, leads a length and a quarter. Acor is back to second. Has It is scrubbed on, trying to gain ground with Transistor on the outside. Two Docs Expectations close to home with the lead. The battle's on for second. Two Docs Expectations will win it. It's going to be Has It second over Transistor third in 1:23 and 3.
Well, certainly you would figure that after the first 4 favorites went up in smoke, the heavy favorite in the 5th race would win. Well, that didn't happen, as favorites start 0 for 5 as Has It runs out of real estate to get to the Pennsylvania bred Two Docs Expectations. Under jockey Willie Martinez, this horse ran exceptionally well last time out, takes a step forward here today and gets the score for Two Docs Farm, Ron Potts, and veteran reinsman Chili Willie Martinez. We turn our attention next to race number 6 and the start of a pick 3, an allowance optional claiming event at 1 1/8 miles over the turf. The off-time favorite was number 8, Driven by Thunder.
And they're off. Driven by Thunder, one of the first to begin up on the outside. That's Beyond Smart to move over from the outside gate. So the 2 outside horses have now dropped over to the rail, and they race 2 better than What Power, who's away third. After a sharp beginning, Marco Mischief settles in toward the rail with Panama Papers on his outside. Then back to Good and Proper and Golden Decision. Second last is Carbon Data, and 2.5 to the trailer, Erasmo's Dream. Around the first turn they go, and with the advantage, Driven by Thunder leads a length and a quarter. Racing in second is Beyond Smart. He's got his head cocked sideways there, trying to settle with What Power in third. Up on the outside, here comes moves from both Golden Decision and Good and Proper. Good and Proper on a big-time early move. He's all the way up into a contending spot as they really quickened up the pace here as they head into the backstretch. That's good news for horses off the speed as What Power just let him go. Then at the inside, it's Panama Papers racing ahead of Carbon Data to the outside in Erasmo's Dream, and Marco Mischief is last of all as they win the opening half mile in 48 and 4 after an opening quarter in 24 and 2. So Driven by Thunder had some pace presence in the early part of it, and now 3 wide. Good and Proper continues on this move. In the 2 path is Beyond Smart with Driven by Thunder holding the inside edge. What Power is next with Panama Papers. Golden Decision's bid was short-lived. Out wide in Erasmo's Dream, trying to rev it up on the inside. Carbon Data's got no place to go, and the trailer is still Marco Mischief as they turn for home. Driven by Thunder has had to fight off 3 challenges so far. Still leads the way off the turn by 2 now. From the back, Erasmo's Dream is the newest challenger toward the inside and running on Panama Papers. Getting loose is Carbon Data, final 1/8 of a mile. Driven by Thunder trying to hold firm toward the inside and Panama Papers. Down the outside on Erasmo's Dream. In between horses Beyond Smart, but through it all, it's Driven by Thunder. Gate to wire. Panama Papers second, Erasmo's Dream third. Close for fourth, Beyond Smart or Carbon Data.
Relief for public players as number 8, Driven by Thunder, gets the job done as the public pick. Trainer Todd Pletcher gets the son of Overdriven, another victory for Rapoli Stable and jockey Tyler Gaffleone. They tried him on all times, but Beyond Driven by Thunder was better than the rest. Time for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll bring you a solid maiden race and start the Rainbow Six right after this.
And Go Zipper is pulling away. Go Zipper blows them away with an eye-opening performance. Awesome again has won. Go Zipper kicking clear. Judy the Beauty.
Back now for race number 7 on the program. Start of today's Rainbow Six at 6 furlongs over the main track. A Florida-bred maiden race with a field of 11 signed on. This was a wide-open betting race.
And they're off. From the far outside, Super Lucky begins well, but there goes the debut runner, Sighted, who's on to the front. Down at the inside, Rainstorm has speed. Bullgrat's away in the top flight. Sarah Una Volta now splits horses and moves on to second. Out wide on the course is Down South to situate himself fourth, ahead of Rainstorm, who's back to fifth. Then comes Super Lucky, followed by Bonterra. Out wide is Currency Chrome, a length back to Starship Pinnacle. Amanencier on the outside of that, and 4 back to the trailer Night Strings as they swing around the far turn. Sighted on the inside, on the outside, that's Sierra Una Volta up to challenge these two shoulder to shoulder past the 5/16. Running home from third is Down South. Back at the inside, Bullgratz is fourth. Following fifth is Bonterra gaining a bit of ground through a 22-2 opening quarter. There's a quarter of a mile left to go. Ralph Nix now 1-2 with Sighted in front. Down South to the attack. Bonterra moves up on the far outside to challenge. From the back and Super Lucky as they wheel for home. Sighted now set down for the drive and gets away again. On the outside and trying to come on late. Here's a late run from Night Strings from way out of it. Night Strings is up into second, but Sighted is clear. Night Strings running on well, but time to run out to get to Sighted. Sighted is a sharp debut winner, 9-2 and home safe by 3. Up second, Night Strings, then Bonterra, close for fourth, Down South, or Super Lucky.
If you like the morning line favorite Sighted in today's 7th race, you got better than the morning line, and you got a winning performance as the son of Gone Astray makes a career debut, a winning one, under jockey Tyler Gaffleone for trainer Ralph Nix and Pike Place Racing. 9-2 the price on Sighted. Number 8, Night Strings at a big number for second, ahead of the 3 Bonterra, who ran third. Let's go now to the 8th race of the day, the start of the late pick 5, 1 mile over the turf, maidens of the special weight variety. Scratch number 8, The Best Candy. Favorites included 5, Steele's Run, and 7, Galatians.
And they're off. Galatians was away smoothly, but Gemologister was away the quickest, and he'll take a narrow advantage from Tactical Pursuit, who moves out the rail. Far outside, Princess Power's trying to get over, with Post Impressionist also away well. He'll settle fourth. Pass the Butter is now fifth from Galatians. Then comes Steele's Run. Out a bit wide is Hit Me With Your Best Shot. The 2 at the back are Prioritize and Abacor. Around the first turn they go. Gemologister and Pedro Monterrey Jr. with the advantage, a length and a quarter. Princess Powers on the outside and now second from Tactical Pursuit, who's racing in third. Post Impressionist and the 2-path for Edgar Zayas. Fourth and about 3 lengths behind is Pass the Butter, guided to the outside by Jonathan Gonzalez, floating out Galatians in the process and giving room to Steele's Run, who now slides up the rail. Then to the outside, Hit Me With Your Best Shot ahead of Prioritize. At the back of the field is Abacor through an opening quarter in 23-2. They carved a half mile in 47-4. There's less than half a mile to go. It's Gemologister with the advantage here by a length. Princess Power second. Post Impressionist sent 3 wide Tactical Pursuit has the inside edge. Steele's Run's going to try to follow that move. So is Galatians from the back. Prioritize is in stride while knifing through traffic as they move to the top of the stretch with a quarter of a mile left to go. Jamologister trying to do it every step. Tactical Pursuit is up to the throat latch, and Steele's Run is at a picture-perfect trip, and he's coming off cover. Prioritize is going to try to slip through at the fence. Prioritize gets through at the fence. Steele's Run's on the outside. These two kick on. Prioritize has the lead. Steele's Run is second. Prioritize, Steele's Run, Prioritize in front. Nice ride from Nick Juarez, and Prioritize gets the money from Steele's Run second. Tactical Pursuit third. Jamologister finished fourth in 1:35 and 2.
Very nice ride here by jockey Nick Juarez aboard the Son of Tisway. Number 6, Prioritize, pretty much never moved off the rail, but moved through a lot of traffic to get the score at a big price. Nick Juarez rode the Son of Tisway for trainer James Bond and owner William Clifton Jr. Iconic silk sported by Barons. We move now to the 9th race of the afternoon, the start of today's late pick 4, 1 mile on the turf. Claimers in for a price tag of $12,500. Scratch the alternates 13, 14, and 15. A field of 12 and a wide open betting race.
And they're off. Stay Safe Kitten, one of the first to begin with a square to spare, and I Dream of Lois moving out the rail. It's Mario Pino and I Dream of Lois who want the lead. They have inside position 2 in the run to the first turn. 3 wide out there is Stay Safe Kitten, and from between horses, a square to spare. Down at the inside, that's Came Up Rosie with August Lily in the 2 path, moving up and by her. Outside 3 wide is Scatnap, followed by Mighty Patient, who's mid-flight today. A length and a half better than Voila La Victoire. Then a length and a half to Wild Chatter, who settles in about 6 lengths off the pace setter in front of Like a Girl and Feed Me Carrots. And it's a gap of 2.5 to the trailer, Vineyard Nina. Opening quarter, 24 seconds flat at 12-1. The leader, I Dream of Lois, in front now by a length. In the 2 path, a square to spare is second. Stay Safe Kitten is 3 wide third. Parked at the paint fourth is August Lily, racing a length better than Scatnap. Mighty Patient is on her outside. Came Up Rosie is out the rail. Mid-flight is Voila La Victoire, working ahead of Wild Chatter. Trying to improve from the back is Vineyard Nina, alongside Feed Me Carrots and Like a Girl, as they swing to the far turn. 48 seconds for the opening half mile. It's I Dream of Lois, hounded by a square to spare on the outside. Riding the rail into contention is a length and a half off the lead is August Lily. Trying to run home from the back, Voila La Victoire. Scatnap still in the hunt. Came Up Rosie needs some place to go. As they run to the top of the stretch, there's still many chances. Off the turn, they're in the stretch drive. Here's a 3 wide thrust from Scatnap to take the lead. Into the clear comes August Lily. Down the outside, and Voila La Victoire with Wild Chatter. Final 1/8 of a mile, Scatnap by 2.5. Second is August Lily. Here's a late run inside from Feed Me Carrots, but nobody can get to Scatnap. Scatnap for Sibelian Juarez by 3.5. Close for second. Maybe August Lily over Feed Me Carrots in 1:35 and 4.
Nick Juarez comes right back in today's 9th race with another great turf trip aboard the daughter of Scat Daddy, number 11, Scatnap, who swept to the front at the 3/16 and punched out for a clear score. Shane Sibeli's barn has been firing on all cylinders the last couple of weeks. Scatnap is owned by Lawrence Sargent and Michelle Rosa. Next on the program was a full field of 14. It went as race number 10 on the card, 6.5 furlongs over the main track. Claimers in for $6,250. And the favorites included number 3, Mr. Baker, and number 4, Amase.
And they're off. From the far outside, Entangled gets the first call. Moving out the rail, here's 5th Avenue Flash up to take over. From between horses, Dream Saturday is away in good shape. Splitting horses into the contention is the Sun Wind, with Mr. Baker at the rail, 5 across the course early. Amase settles in off the early skirmish ahead of Pair Tie. Then it's Night Rhythm. Gap of another 2 to Adagio ahead of Ship Disturber. Starship Apache and Donegal Hall follow them. Then Rancho up the inside with Over Limit at the back of the group, and right to his inside is Donegal Hall. They speed to the far turn. Mr. Baker now makes the lead. Dream Saturday on the outside is there second, back to third, Entangled. The Sun Wind is fourth. That's all for 5th Avenue Flash. Amase getting underway from 5th. Pair Tie and Night Rhythm are next ahead of Starship Apache. 2 lengths back to an improving run from Over Limit. He's dropped better than 10 lengths off the lead. Trying to run home after that is a Adagio. Ship Disturber, no factor as they turn for home. Up on the outside, it's Dream Saturday to overhaul Mr. Baker with a Masse to deal with. Here's a Masse to take a crack at Dream Saturday with an eighth of a mile left to go. Dream Saturday on the inside, a Masse on the outside. Late run from Night Rhythm. It's a Masse who now overhauls the leader, and a Masse will kick clear to win it. A Masse and a Misael Jaramillo to win it by a length in the end. Second Dream Saturday, third Night Rhythm. Up for fourth was Over Limit in 1:17.4.
Number 4, a Masse with a lethal combination of Gilberto Zerpa and a Misael Jaramillo proved too much for the 10th race field. They get up for a pretty confident score for owners Araguani Stable and Soldi Stable. Number 13, Dream Saturday was second, ahead of the 5, Night Rhythm, who ran third. Time for a commercial break. Still to come, the Game Face Stakes and the Late Daily Double right after this.
A passion for horses and a commitment to breed champions is the foundation of Hardacre Farm. Founded by Amy Tarrant, owner, breeder, and trainer, Hardacre Farm, based in Ocala, continues its tradition of success. From the Breeders' Cup to Gulfstream Park, Hardacre Farm. From the breeding shed to the racetrack, in pursuit of producing the best.
Back now for race 11 on the program, the Game Face Stakes at 7 furlongs over the main track, $75,000 in guaranteed purse money. Scratch the 4 and 10. A Misael Jaramillo on 6, Lose Mimi Princess. And this was a wide open betting race.
Racing in the Game Face. Kind of a stutter step beginning for both Alter Moon and Lose Mimi Princess. That's good news for Star Cloud as she's being sent along by Edgar Perez to go right to the top. One breath at a time will get the trip she wants. She's racing in second from Alter Moon, who's now third. In between horses, Miss Jack Mochara's at the rail ahead of Lose Mimi Princess. Then American Frolic and Aaliyah's Story is last of all as they speed to the half-mile point. The leader is Star Cloud by a half a length over one breath at a time in second. Miss Jack down at the rail third for Miguel Vasquez. Tough spot for Alter Moon. She's racing off the speed, now back fifth. Outside of her is Lose Mimi Princess. Then American Frolic from the inside and trying to improve from last is Aaliyah's Story, and plummeting to last is Mochara as they round the far turn. 22 and 2 for the opening quarter speed. Star Cloud, she has her ears up at the 3 furlong point. She leads 2.5. Here's Alter Moon set down for the drive by Nick Juarez to try to get to this leader from third and one breath at a time. The rest of no consequence here with a quarter of a mile left to go. Star Cloud's been so tough on the front recently, and she has the lead again. Alter Moon is a stretch danger at 3 to 5. These two have moved well ahead of the rest with 3/16 to go. Edgar Perez shakes up Star Cloud. She has the lead. Alter Moon takes another run at her on the outside. It's Alter Moon on the outside. Star Cloud along the rail. Star Cloud needs 16th more, and she'll get it. Star Cloud, very game filly of back talk. She'll win a length and a half. Second is Alter Moon. These two well clear of the rest. One breath at a time. Third, then Miss Jack and American Frolic.
Number 1, Star Cloud had been so good in her last couple of races against a little bit less than she faced here this afternoon. But once she got the lead, she pinned her ears and turned away the challenge of Alter Moon to register a minor upset under jockey Edgar Perez for trainer Oscar Gonzalez and Vicente Stella Stables. Congratulations in order to Oscar Gonzalez for notching his first North American Stakes victory. 12th and final race now over the turf at a mile and a 16th. Maiden Claimers in for a price tag of $12,500. Scratch the 11 Run for the Cup. Scratch the 12 Royal Flyer. All the money for 1 Repetitious and 4 Snoring Barth.
And runners away. From the inside, a Repetition, one of the first to begin, right up on his outside, Family Justice. The inside pair square off from Snoring Barth and Remsenberg, who come away third and fourth. Then back to Johnny Jr. and Hey Bub, who's now mid-flight. It's a length back to El Tar, who settles in fourth last. Third last at the inside is Kickin' Boy. Keep Marco Drive is second last. And the back marker, Life After 40. Around the first turn they go. Repetitious struts his stuff. He leads a length and a quarter. Family Justice is second. Snoring Barth is third. Remsenberg off the long layoff is now racing in fourth ahead of Hey Bub and Johnny Jr. Gap of 2.5 to El Tar. Then down at the inside, Kickin' Boy. Cape Marco Drive is second last and about 8 lengths off the pace setter. And he's 2 lengths in front of Life After 40, who's now 10 lengths behind. The opening quarter went in 23-1. That's a pretty stiff tempo for the distance and level, and putting up the numbers is repetitious. He goes to the half-mile point in front 3/4 of a length. On the outside, Family Justice is still there. Second, Snoring Barth at the rail. Third, out wide is Hey Bub. Then Remsenberg and Johnny Jr. ahead of El Tar. Kickin' Boy starts to make a bit of progress ahead of Cape Marco Drive, and still nothing from Life After 40. That's the 10 of them as they swing around the far turn. The opening half mile was 47-3. Repetitious to the top of the stretch leads the way. Snoring Barth up into second, back to third. Family Justice. Johnny Jr. throws his hat into the ring for an upset. Then to the inside and Kickin' Boy. 3/16 to go. Nick Juarez sets down Repetitious for the drive. He has Snoring Barth to deal with. Repetitious on the inside with a narrow lead, but Snoring Barth is getting to him. Snoring Barth on the outside now takes the lead. Repetitious is back to second. Kickin' Boy is on for third, but the winner is Snoring Barth. Snoring Barth and Miguel Vasquez by 2 in the end. Repetitious second, Kickin' Boy third. El Tar ran fourth.
Favorites run 1-2 in today's 12th race, with number 1 Repetitious doing a little bit too much too soon, allowing 4 Snoring Barth to roll by for the score under Miguel Vasquez for owner-trainer Steve Dwoskin. 1 Repetitious second, well clear of the 3 Kickin' Boy, who finished third. Plenty of winners in the Rainbow Six today, still more than 20,000 for a 20-cent return, but that triggers a carryover into Sunday's card of more than $500,000.
And that's it. 2 stakes in the books. Big Rainbow Six here at Gulfstream Park. Best news of all, though, and I hate saying goodbye and goodnight, but we do it all again tomorrow afternoon. An 11-race Sunday card that gets underway a little after 1:10 p.m. Some good-looking maiden races in the mix. We'll see you tomorrow from beautiful Gulfstream Park.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired.